There we go. We're live. Yay.
Yeah,
How are you?
I'm
So
good.
good to see you. I know. I'm glad. I'm looking forward to writing today.
Yeah.
I realized from the last I rewatched last week, and I think I freeze out a little bit. So I don't know. I didn't make any changes to my tech today, but I might have to like switch to an actual plugged into our Wi-Fi or something. I didn't realize I cut out so much. You should have told me. No.
I
I'm
didn't think
sorry.
you'd cut out very much.
No? Okay.
But
I
once or
thought I did.
twice, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, I'll try to see if I can fix that on my end. Sorry about that. Don't want you to miss
That's
any
okay.
important stuff I'm saying. No, just kidding. Yeah, so this has been a good week. Lots of chat going on in the group. Thought that was fun
Yeah.
this week. And we I don't know, just was a good week for everyone getting involved in the chat. So that was fun to share and learn from each other.
Yeah.
And so I think today I thought we would chat a little bit about giving reviews, getting reviews, I guess, too, would be important for us.
Yeah.
And then, and then we'll do, of course, 3 20-minute sprints today. We want anybody
Yay.
to join us, whoever's around, and comment, say hello, tell us about what you're working on. So what are you going to write about today?
I'm going to carry on with my short story. It's got to be coming up for the end soon.
Yeah. How many words are you shooting for that? Like, did you decide?
I don't know, but I know where she's going to end. So
Yeah.
we've got to be like halfway there because
Good.
like the big magic thing happened. So now she's just got to get home again without any magic.
Uh-huh. Can she survive that trip? I guess she's going to have to because she's in the next book.
I mean, she has to.
Yeah.
It might make it a little bit tricky.
Challenging.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll have somebody with magic along the trip with her.
She might have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to be working on my New Year's holiday story, which I found a name for. It's called That Was Then.
Yes,
And
I saw.
Yes, I'm excited. And I just yesterday got to the part where they're going to have their first kiss. So I'll write that today. So yeah, so that's where I'm at there. But it took 9 chapters to get there, which seems odd, but but that's the way the story went. So let's see what happens, I guess. So why don't we jump in to 20 minutes and then we can chat more about this fantasy book I'm reading and reviews and how to review.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Get our fingers ready here. Let me switch to this screen so we see the timer. And we'll go. I'm going to start it. And I realized last time, too, you couldn't hear the chime. I didn't realize that. I know. I don't know how that works. But anyway. All right. So here we go.
Okay.
We'll see you in 20. Okay, did you hear that? No. Oh my gosh, I don't know what. I'll have to play with that sometime. How to get that little ding to here. Maybe you can hear it now. Hold on. No? Oh my
No.
god. Okay, that's weird. Huh. Okay, anyway, technicalities aside, how was your writing?
Yeah, all right. I
Very good.
got 372 words.
I know. I haven't figured out how to only get my words for just what I wrote. I always have to do the subtraction thing. I guess I'd have to highlight it real quick or something.
Yeah, you just select it.
What was that? You have a game or something you had played. You were saying to count your words or something. Do you still play that, or did you try that lately?
Oh no, I used it for a little while. It was For the Words.
For the words, that was it.
Yeah, I think. And
Okay.
yeah, I tried it for a little while, but I like Word because it's all set up with all my macros and stuff, so it's
Yeah.
easy when I come to edit things and want to swap
And
words
it's all-
around or whatever.
Aha.
So
Aha. Nice.
plus I pay for it anyway, so
Yeah. 504 is what I got. Yeah, I haven't tried that yet,
Hey,
but
good
when
job.
you told me about it last couple times ago, I really want to check it out just for fun.
yeah.
Well, that's good. I actually did not write the kissing scene. I went back to a scene before, which I realized I needed to make more fun. So it was just a bunch of like her thoughts. I don't like where a whole chapter is nothing but thoughts and no other characters and no description or no dialogue. How about you? You anything special that you're writing today?
No, I'm just trying to get past this little bit and get her on the journey home. So I'm going to have to come back and make this better because it's just like, and then they did this, and then this, and then this. But that's all I've got at the moment. So
Yeah. It's been interesting to read this ARC book. So
yeah,
because I think the biggest thing about reading other people's works is that you kind of judge your own self then,
yeah.
And so I don't know. I actually didn't look her up to see if she's a new author, but I suspect that's the case. And I can like see her writing as where I was maybe 2 manuscripts ago, kind of like thing. And she's writing in first person present, but surprisingly, because it's ARC, I would have thought it would have been the final version of her edited book, like about to go live, kind of thing. But I'm still finding like where she switches to past, like when she wasn't intending to switch to past, because I'm sure when you're writing in present, there are times, it's snowing outside. I'm sure that when you're writing in present, there's times where you're thinking about the past, and so you probably use past tense, I would imagine. But no, there's some times in there where she's switching, and so I know that was something. And then so that was, and she's using some ly words, not incessantly, but a lot. And she's using like I see just in there still a little bit. So it's like, oh, like a mirror was held up to my face. But the characters have been fun. So it's a fantasy story, right? And it's about unicorn shifters.
Okay.
And in the reverse harem. Okay. And so I didn't know what to expect. And I haven't read much fantasy. Now I've watched, shows and movies, and Game of Thrones is my favorite, of course, and all that kind of fun stuff. But I've never read it. And so I was very curious. And then because you had told me about the woman last time who writes really well, I hope, in this particular reverse harem fantasy genre, I want to read her now, so I can compare to, and see how the writing is. And so anyway, there are 2 men, and then I think there's another man who is like the villain who's going to actually end up being her third. And she's like the queen. She's fell into some kind of fell into the world from Chicago by way of train. And then she's the unicorn princess, the unicorn queen of this, this unicorn forest. And but there's a villain trying to remove all the magic, and they're on horses, and the rest of her tribe are unicorns, and and it's finally getting to like the steamy parts.
Okay.
I just started thinking, I imagine this is like usually in shifters, like aren't they? They're doing it as humans.
Generally, so far that I've read.
Yeah. Because I'm like, if it wasn't, it would probably put her in like a erotica category.
Oh, you get into that odd bestiality stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking. I was like, I hope I'm not about to be reading some really interesting stuff, because I'm sure, her categories would have been a little different. Anyway. So anyway, that was my thought as I'm progressing through this book. And I'm thinking, oh, what have I gotten myself into? Anyway. I'm glad I gave you your laugh for the day. I mean, just how multi-unicorns do it is enough to just really be like, huh. But no, they're humans. Good to know.
That's
anyway. So now I'm like, I think she's releasing it this week, and so the deadline. Oh, and we have comments. People probably laughing at us in the comments. Oh, good morning, ladies. Yay, Garnett is here and Kanika are here. We'll kind of shift gears from talking about unicorn sex here.
I don't know. I think that was a great part for them to join in on.
So I have to review this week, and I'm not great at reviews. Have you given a lot of reviews on books you've read?
I haven't. I've done one. I gave one on the one that I beta read / kind of lazily proofread over Christmas.
Yeah.
She asked me to then do a review.
Yeah.
On that, so I've done that one, and I've left my friend Debbie a couple of reviews on hers now as well.
Yeah. I always give 5 stars or whatever stars at the end, because I do feel like, when I'm done on my Kindle anyway, I give 5 stars or whatever stars I want to give. But when you write them, how have you been writing them? Like, do you write long reviews? Do you write short reviews?
I think Debbie's ones I just gave a pretty short review for. The other one that I did, I don't know if there's a way to find it, and for the life of me I can't think what it's called. Night Sacrifice, I think. Let's see if I can find it. I can't remember what I read. Okay, so I said, I'm pretty sure this one was mine. Yeah, it's good to know that I remember what I've written. I said, I really enjoyed this book. The world building was detailed without being overwhelming. There were no info dumps to slow the story down. I thought the pacing was great. It hooked me right from the beginning. I was slow to read it due to Christmas, but kept thinking about it, which to my mind is the mark of a great book. It made me cry. It made my heart pound at times. The characters were well developed, nothing cardboard about them. And while there's good and bad, everyone has both of those within themselves. I'm eager to see where the story goes next.
See, now that review I would read and I would enjoy, and I would think, okay, I want to read this book. The reviews that go into like details about the book. There's some reviews where they're writing basically a synopsis of the whole book. I can't stand to read those, and that's why I generally don't read reviews. I'll look at the stars, but I don't generally like read reviews unless I see, like, if I saw your first couple sentences were like what you just read, I would read that review. And so I don't want to leave that kind of synopsis review, and so I want to leave more like what you're saying, something like that.
So the beta read questions that you posted up.
Mm-hmm.
What I did was I went through those questions, or the ones that I have, which were broadly quite similar, and I kind of came up with answers for those and then put them into sentences, so it wasn't question answer but just a sentence. Took out any of the ones, because I gave her the feedback rather than give a review to start with, so I took out the ones that were then spoilers, because that's what she asked before I posted the review. So I think maybe if you do that, it will help you kind of clarify the kind of things you want to say in the review that is not a synopsis of the book and isn't giving anything away.
Perfect. That's a good, I like what you said. I will do that. Because I did give I think a good review to Kat Sadler on one of her billionaire books. But again, it was just a few lines, you know, ensuring people that if you love billionaire romance, this was a great book, and kept my attention to that. But yeah, I feel like I should get better at reviewing. And I don't know if it's that imposter syndrome thing that I'm like, well, I'm just developing myself. Like, how can I, you know, because it's not like you're critiquing, but still the review is kind of a critique, you know, and it's like, I feel.
But you're doing it as a reader, not a writer.
True, very true. And I do feel like my reading, and I'm sure you do too, all of us probably are, like, you know, we know what we like and we know what we don't like, you know, and so I do feel, you know, putting it in that perspective, yes, as a reader, I could review this, but it's hard thinking of it. I think I'm more critical as a writer now that I've been on the writing journey. Well, because there were some things like she was doing a lot of telling and not enough description. Not that I'm an expert at show and tell, but I could tell she was telling.
Yeah.
And I read something recently where it'd be good if you had at least one emotion on each page, you know? And I thought that was a good tip to go back and kind of see, you know, if you're telling too much, you're not really diving into the emotions, you know? And so it's something I've been trying to work on in the current work in progress. And so she was doing a lot of that. And while it is fast to read, because it kind of progresses the story along very fast, it's also like not quite getting into the emotions of her characters. And, you know, it's like, I can tell, clearly I can read into how the characters are feeling, but I'd love to see it, like, how she would actually describe it and get into their head a little more. So anyway, so it'll be interesting. So I have to figure out how to review this. And
I'd say some of that, you want to, for the review, I think you don't really need to go into the critique so much, but maybe actually give her the critique, because that would, as assuming she is capable of taking critique, that would be really useful to her to know. Yeah. But you don't necessarily want to put it in a review, because
that's
other people are going to be reading that.
Yeah. And that's a quandary I feel like, because it's like, fellow author, I don't, you know, what author wants to blast another author in public on Amazon? You know, you would hate that. You would hope that would never happen. But you know, I mean, it's enjoyable. I think I'd probably review as a reader on the creativity of the story. I mean, just talking about unicorns. So, you know, I think I could review easily on that, because it is creative the way that she's, you know, made up this world and stuff. So yeah, I like what you're saying. Maybe, you know, find a way to get a hold of her and critique her, you know, or just send her some pleasant, start a conversation with her, see how willing she is to. Maybe she'll join our group. But anyway,
try the when you're giving the critique, do the sandwich. So something good, something less good, something good.
Yes, I used to do that as a teacher. I taught that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Good point. Yeah. So this is good. So yes, I will work on finishing that book this weekend and give the review this week and see how it goes. I also read recently, I think, something about the Amazon algorithm. As long as you have something, what was it? It's something like, as long as an author has at least 10 reviews, that shoots you up the algorithm better.
Okay.
So that was interesting. That's good to know. Because you hate to have no reviews. And the whole ARC is an interesting process of getting reviews. And so it's been interesting to be on this end of it. as a reader to better inform, hopefully as an author, I'll get reviews someday. So,
Yeah.
and figure out how to get reviews. Okay, so Kanika and Garnett are with us, and let us know how you're doing, ladies. What are you working on? How many words you have? All that fun stuff. Shall we launch into our second 20?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Second 20 minutes. Hope you all are writing with us. We'll see you in a bit. Let me start this. There we go. I'm going to move this down a little. Oops. Okay, and we're back. And we have somebody from YouTube who popped in to watch us. So hello, Autumn. Thank you. And how'd everyone do? How'd you do, Allie? Tell us in the comments how everyone else did. I mean, everyone else tell us in the comments. Allie, how'd you do?
Give me just a sec. I got 521 that time.
Nice. Let me see what I got here. $226 that time, but that's because I was looking for. I have something I've written down somewhere, and I have to find it, of how to sandwich a scene, with like how to get from start to finish and all that kind of stuff. And so I was looking for what they said to do at the end, and it was kind of like a recap kind of a thing, emotional recap in a paragraph. So unfortunately, I broke the cardinal rule of sprinting and went researching, but yeah. So 226. Okay, so let's see. Kanika, I've got to run, but I've been able to dig deeper on my new outline, so this was great. Thank you for joining us. It's great.
Yeah.
And it's great to see her back in the group. She had gotten, her account had gotten taken or something, so we had to get her back in. Garnett says, I don't have anything to write today, so I'm just popping in to hear your latest chat. Well, I hope you didn't miss the conversation with unicorns. That was a good one. You might have to rewind to see that one. That's great. I think these sprints are doing what we intended them to do, which was to get people to join us, right? Get us writing. So yeah. Anyway, before we jump into our final sprint, what do you think as the editor at the moment, present in front of me, about sandwiching a scene and finishing it, in just the right way? Any advice?
I don't. I'm more on the copy editing than the developmental editing, so I'm not really up on the how you structure it all. I'm more on the little language bits and how you improve the flow of the prose and stuff.
How it's been written. So I did like when I read it. It said the last paragraph should be kind of the character, the main, whoever's point of view you're writing, and giving like a, not quite a play-by-play synopsis, but like an emotional reaction to what had just happened in the scene, or how things are going to, progress forward. And so I've been trying to do that, but sometimes, so I've been trying to do that. But the paragraphs can be shorter or longer. It doesn't have to be humongous, that final paragraph, but I like to leave it on like a sentence that is like, telling of where they really stand at this point, and sometimes they've just given some thought about the scene that just happened, and playing it out in their head, but trying to be like, excuse me, I should feel this way. This is how I should feel. But then the last sentence really tells how they're really feeling.
Yeah.
Precursor to what happens next. So anyway,
I've seen it said about you want action and reaction, and that's kind of how you want to be.
Yes. Yeah. And I think so often in trying to move the story forward, I don't get enough reaction in there. Like, I know that's something I have to work on, that emotional, making sure there's emotion on every page. Something reacting to what's happening or going on, even if it's a sentence or two. I'm trying to tie in that emotion to the action is, I think, really makes for good writing, and something that I'm trying to work on. But I also think go ahead.
I was going to say, when I do dialogue, I've got a bit of a tendency of just writing. Because when you're having a conversation, you're not like saying a thing and then thinking for a while about the thing. But in your book, that's a better way to do it, not just constant talking. You need to have that emotion about it.
break it up a little bit, and you're actually processing. Even though in conversation we're processing, but it's so fast, we're not pausing for several seconds. But on the book,
Yeah.
yes, I'm totally there with you on that. I think it's easier for me to add that in after, like on this first draft. As much as I'm worried about showing emotion on every page, like I'm trying to write it in as it's flowing out of my head, but I know I'll need to go back
Yep.
and put some more in and work on those bits. So fun.
Yeah.
All right, are we ready for our final 20 minutes of writing
Yes.
today? Let's do it. So
Let's
Autumn, if you're here, let us know how you're doing with your writing. We don't know anything about you, so let us know what you write, genre, or anything you want to tell us would be great. Thank you, Kanika and Garnett, for joining us. That was wonderful. We're going to write 20 more minutes, and we'll do a little recap at the end. Bye for now. Let's keep writing. Can't get my timer to start. No timer. There we go. Okay, we're back. Let me get rid of that. There. So,
Oh,
if
that's
anyone's yes, if anyone's riding with us, let us know how you did for the final sprint or a total for the day. I actually had to remove words, and so I don't know
Oh
if I
no.
actually. I hate when that happens. It was stuff I
Right.
had written and kind of redid and was putting in better stuff. Oh wow. Let's see. So how'd you do?
I got 540,
Nice.
which means I've got
306.
1,000. Oh yeah,
Good.
good job.
Yeah.
I got 1,463 today in total.
Nice. You are always the
nice.
fast writer. I got 810, so that's good. I'll finish up with 1,000, over 1,000 today, but nice. Good,
Yeah.
good. We are making progress. I love it.
Yes, we are.
Twice a week writing, a couple other writing sprints, being consistent with our writing. We are getting these things done and accomplished, and
Yes.
I love it. All right. Well, I don't hear from anybody else. I don't know if Garnet found a book to write on or if Autumn, but if anybody's watching, thank you for watching. Do you have any
Yeah.
final words? What's going on this coming week? What's your plan? Anything fun and exciting going on?
Not BL.
What's that?
Not BL.
Not be
That's
ill.
about it.
Yes,
That's all I've got.
yes, yes. That's a good
Yep.
goal to have. Yeah.
Hopefully finding some work to do this week.
Yes, yes. Well, I know you and I have chatted about this work that I'm doing, work in
Yes.
progress. So we need to continue that chat. We'll
That's
do
it.
that after we're
Get
done
your
here.
writing done.
I
Give me your
know,
work.
absolutely. I'm ready. I want to get this this current work in progress, this story that was then, as my reader magnet ASAP. So
Yeah.
yes, I'm ready. So we'll chat offline about that.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So I guess I will see you Tuesday. You ready? You're okay to write Tuesday again? Tuesday 3?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Sounds
should be
good.
fun.
Sounds good. I'll schedule it in the group. Oh, and are
you gonna be
go ahead.
Are you gonna be sprinting tomorrow?
Yes, with Megan. You want to do Megan? Yes, definitely. Definitely. And if anyone is watching, Megan Lamb does twice a week, Sundays at noon and Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Are you did you actually sign up for Inkers MiniCon?
No.
Okay. So I watch those as I do some other things and maybe even clean the house today. and just see, I think there were a few other people on our group that were attending. So do some
Okay.
just team back and forth maybe on that today a little bit. But yeah, sounds like a good start to the week to do some learning.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll see you tomorrow at Megan's. I'll see you Tuesday
Yeah.
at our session, our next writing session.
Yeah.
And I'll chat with you offline about editing.
Okay.
Sounds good. Have a good rest of your Saturday.
Yes, you too.
Alrighty.
Yeah, enjoy.
You too. We'll see you then.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.